Jezreel, what are you doing?
Writing the date.
Okay, you showing me how your D is from today's penmanship lesson? Excellent.
And then
Great job. Give me a smile. There you go. He's writing the date. They just finished their Bible devotion time. Everyone has their Bibles and they look up the table of contents. Yes, we have our Bibles over there. And we look up the table of contents or help one another find the chapter and verse and work through this. Today, we work through different things each day, but today we were working on Charles Stanley's Life Principles for Kids. And so they read the verses, they do crossword puzzles or mazes or whatever fun activities are in there, and then they answer the questions accordingly. Presley also continues working through cursive handwriting as well as penmanship.
you can see I've been doing that.
Oh, look at that. Presley's Bible. She's proud of that. Her math today is Matthew C. Gamma. She's almost done. Yay!
I am on today, since I'm the second day, I am on, let me see, it goes up to 30.
Good job, Jessie.
Goes up to 30.
Yep, so she's on lesson 27, and then we'll be done with that. And then we already ordered our Rod and Staff 4th grade book, and we're going to go move on to Matthew C. Delta as well. Jovi is working on Rod and Staff math. We're on workbook unit 3 already. They are moving right along. Presley is about to turn from 3rd grade to 4th grade, and Jovi and Jezreel are in 2nd grade. We do half years for Presley because of where her birth date falls. So that's why we change over like in December and move her up a grade. And Jezreel and Jovi are tracking right along.
Today we didn't have English, but today we do.
Yes, we work on English from Rod and Staff. This is what that looks like. Preparing to build English 2. We also work on Our Father's World Social Studies. Today we're using it as science because it's about rivers and lakes, and we learned about those last week and the week before from library books. I don't really have a science program per se, except for Rod and Staff for Presley, but I kind of wanted them to do something all together, so we're mixing and matching. And they have phonics from Rod and Staff, workbook 1, and they'll be moving along to workbook 2 in just a week or so because we're at the end of that. This is our 13th week? I think we've already done 3 full months of school.
I'll go check.
Yeah. I write it down in my agenda book up here, baby, up on the shelf. And what else? Okay, so Presley does Easy Grammar, grades 3 and 4. I love this book. It's so self-explanatory. She can do most of it on her own. She also does Rod and Staff English 3. I picked up this on Amazon just because I wanted something with maps and geography, and then she reads along with the atlas. The twins are kind of learning and maneuvering through some videos and map work with our big maps that we have on the walls. We have one over there, you can see, and then one here. So we just kind of go, okay, where are the Great Lakes? Where's Niagara Falls? You know, whatever we're looking at. And that's how we're learning continents and oceans with them right now. What else do we do?
We read.
We read, exactly. Jezreel, what are you reading right now? Nate the Great. And they're very exciting because they're mystery detective books, right? Yes. And sometimes we read through Abeka readers. Jovi wanted to take a huge leap and read what recently? Oh, she's going to go get it. Presley's working her way through American Girl Dolls. Yes, The Call of the Wild. We've read that as a family read aloud, right? But
Just the kids. I love this book.
and then we watched. You loved it, so you wanted to read it on your own, and we watched the movie afterwards.
We didn't watch the movie of this. We watched the movie of White Fang.
Oh, White Fang. But you know what? I think there is a Call of the Wild movie that I found on YouTube, so we'll have to look that up. We usually watch the movie. 14th week? Okay. They're going to correct me. That is for sure. Lovingly, but they will keep me on track. And then do we have our read aloud book that we love and cherish? It's such a precious treasure for us. What are we reading through? What is it? Sunrise Stables. It's about, the first one we just read was called Rosie and Scamper, about a homeschool family who also trains horses, right? Mm-hmm. And we're on the second one, wherever it is right now. We were reading out back yesterday. It's a mess because we have homeschool PE towels and bathing suits out there. They do some, what is that? Slime. They were making slime with glue and borax and all that, but I wouldn't use the borax one. I would use one that's borax free because that's, yeah, yucky, toxic chemical. But anyway.
Mommy said she'll ground us if we bring that inside and she catches us.
Yes, because we can't have that on the carpet. So anyway, we do a read aloud after school is done, and our second book in that series, we were sad to move on from the Patricia St. John series that we read before because we were in a book hole, what she calls book hole. Yes, and he asked if he can put on a timer for his math, which I let them because it works.
And I used to take like 2 hours to do my math.
That's the books of doing chapters. Chapter read alouds, yeah, that we did our chapter read alouds with. Very good, Joby, thank you. And so what were you saying, Presley? It took you a while to do your math.
Yeah, it used to take me like 1 to 2
Jezzy?
hours.
Shh, she's saying something.
It used to take me 1 to 2 hours to do my math, so that was a problem.
So sometimes timers help. So we set the timer on the stove. And we also do other things, but I don't know if they're not out right now. Oh yeah, Story of the World, history. We do the CD on that, right? We also do, no, it's okay. You don't have to get it. We also go through different history books, or what did y'all just finish watching? Liberty's Kids and whatnot. And they're trying to get the timer set on the stove. And see, I have my little list right here. Spelling. I forgot your spelling book. Yeah, because we're not doing spelling today, but she also does Rod and Staff spelling. Presley does. I have not started the twins on spelling because I was told by the homeschool store not to necessarily start the children on spelling until necessary, probably 3rd grade. So we might start the mid-year of 2nd grade, but as for now, that's it. We all have bins. They have bins here. This is Jezreel's bin, Jovi's bin. I have extras in there. My whole shelf. We have where I keep their work, Play-Doh and clay and extra fun in between time activities right there, like bracelet making and weaving loom is down here. Let me see, so they can pull from those, or we have these pop beads or whatever it is. So this is our shelf. They have a lot of their tea stuff here. I keep our library books in here. They were watching this series last night, but I usually keep our library books in this box so it's separate from our home library. And then, okay, so where was I going to? Presley's bin over here. She also works through, like I said, Rod and Staff spelling. I have blends and digraphs. They've been learning that with their phonics. It's interesting, you know, because when you get to silent letters like silent G's and just how pHs work and
First time it tastes like knife.
yeah.
No.
Right, exactly. So this is our morning thus far. Presley is the one who suggested, why don't you do a video about us homeschooling right now? And I said, okay. And let me just, of course, go to our verse wall because we learn verses and we go over them. And sometimes if we have an interrupting problem, what will we say? For there is a proper time and procedure for every matter. You can hear she's repeating me because she knows that. Or someone gets angry and they start yelling, do not sin in your anger. Do everything without arguing and complaining. Y'all have probably seen this before if you've been with me. So yes, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins. We do a lot of confessing here and repenting, and I teach the children about what that truly means because words without action is not what true forgiveness and forgiving is, right? And obedience to Christ. So we try to model that to them and then impart it, implementing it into our days. So anyway, this was an impromptu. Sorry that I'm just kind of like, I don't have anything planned except to show you what we do. And now they're going to get back to work. I love y'all. Thanks for keeping up with us if you do. And the children, if they say, do a video, I'm like, all right, they're in the mood for it. Let's go.